made it clear to you, brother, see the finish line. I visualize realities I wanted, then invented mine. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish, word to the scrimmage line. Luckily my hustle is my passion, this shit intertwined. I can pop a yerba, I don't need it though, I'm energized.
All right, we're on. Welcome back to the Hustleaholics podcast with your host, Mike Anderson.
And your boy, Mike Poglese.
And we are back. We are back at it. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about some current events because we got some stuff going on in the world today. We got a lot going on in the world today. The Super Bowl was yesterday. So,
Oh, yeah.
TV12, bro. TV12, back at it.
Man, it's crazy, man, because going into the game, like I was going into it, ready to put some money on. And, and, I was like, man, this could really be like a really interesting game, because Mahomes, and the Chiefs, man, they got a fire ass offense and like their defense is pretty solid too. But man, the defense didn't show up. It was a good game, but man, I don't know. It was really up in the air going into it. At first I was like, I don't know if the Bucks are going to pull it off. There's no way the Cinderella story is going to happen. And then I was like, wait a second. There's absolutely no way they're not going to pull it off. They're 100% going to win. Like this is 100% going to happen. Like there's no way it's not going to happen.
Well, what's crazy about it is like I'm like a real Patriots fan, and the reason why I say a real Patriots fan is because I'm actually from New England and I'm actually from Boston. So like, there's a lot of people that were Patriots fans and now they're Bucks fans. Like that's not a real Patriots fan. Love you to death, Tom, but at the same time, it's fuck you just because you're on the Bucks and you're not on the Pats. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, like I've seen Tom's career like my whole life. I've grown up with him as just like the GOAT. My fucking dog's name growing up was Brady. Like he's always been the GOAT. I used to call him Asante because I was like an Asante Samuel fan back in the day with the Pats days. If anybody that's actually a Pats fan, you'll remember Asante. But really like with Tom, it's just crazy to see because that like I didn't even watch the game, to be real with you. Like I fucking suck with sports nowadays. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm like checked out and I just watch the highlights. Like I'll literally, it's mad funny because what I'll do is like the game will be on and I'll search the game and just see the highlight that's in the Google search. And then I'll just keep it moving. So I'll just watch that like 1 30-second highlight that's going on. But like I saw all the social media shit with like Tyrann, Mathieu and Tom Brady. And like that shit just cracked me up because it's like, dude, you are poking the wrong motherfucker, dude. Like, and I don't know, like Tyrann came out saying that like he said some disrespectful shit to him or something. I doubt that fucking Tom Brady really said some crazy disrespectful shit. He probably just called him a bitch or something like that. But like you saw this one part where Tom was just like, he was like, I'm coming at you. And I was like, yep. It's over. Like it's fucking over, dude. Tom is just a GOAT, dude. And like it's crazy because there was a couple of highlights that I watched that were just like pinpoint quarterback, like fucking just perfect. Like reading the defense like poetry. Like it was fucking incredible. But like dude's just the GOAT. Dude's in his fucking 40s winning another Super Bowl. Like
dude,
what the fuck insane. Are you complaining about? Like,
I seen a stat like that. The one stat that really blew my fucking mind was that Tom Brady now has more Super Bowl wins than any franchise. Like,
dude,
that's what blew me away. I was like, yo, that's fucking all right. Dude, that's crazy.
There was another one I saw today that said that Tom Brady in his career has a higher percentage of winning the Super Bowl than Steph Curry has a percentage at the 3-point line in the NBA. Like that's fucking wild. Like out of 21 seasons or whatever, he won 7 I forget what it is exactly, but 7 Super Bowls. And then like Steph, I think it was like a 43% like Super Bowl, like whatever. And then Steph's was sitting at like 41 or something. I was like, dude, that's incredible. Like Steph's one of the best 3-point shooters in NBA history. And dude's outperforming him when it's the fucking Super Bowl, like winning the Super Bowl. Insane. But yeah, dude, I mean, I think it just comes down to like that mentality. Like what we always bring it back to is that's what separates Tom, is like he's so fucking calm, he's so cool and collective, and no matter what the situation is, he makes the right decision. I'm not sure if you saw what Sports Center clip they posted, but like there's someone in the Tampa Bay locker room, and at the end of this, while they were celebrating the Super Bowl win, Tom was just in the corner like cleaning up his locker room. Like, dude, that's just fucking hilarious. Like, dude was literally just like, yep, won another Super Bowl. I'm just gonna get my locker ready for next year.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, but like you said, it's that mindset, you know. And like I've seen a lot of posts and photos of him where it was like, yo, that dude's just wired a different way, you know, like the humbleness, you know, is just like crazy, you know. Like he, like the one that I really like is it was a photo of him like sitting on the bench, like looking down, you know, like you can tell he's just like deep in his thoughts. And it was the one when they were down like 21-0 or 21-3, whatever the fuck the score was, you know, against the Falcons. Yeah. And you know, it was the same thing, you know, coming into halftime or whatever. You know, he was sitting like that. And it was like the one Tom Brady position the defense never wants to see or something like that. And it's like, yo, that's true, you know. It's like, yo, just someone like deep in their fucking head, like they're just so in tune with themselves and like so out of tune of everything else that's going on around him, you know. Like he's like so focused on like what he's doing, you know, like the now, you know. And I think that's like such a huge thing. But also leading up to it, you know, like you know, he was texting his guys every night, like the whole fucking team every night, like the whole week before the Super Bowl, like, yo, we won this shit, you know, like we will win, you know, like it's not even a question, you know. And like, you know, people say like, you know, Patrick Mahomes probably could have been, you know, texting the same thing, and he very well might have, but at the end of the day, like, you know, you put two and two together, and like, hey man, he makes it happen every single time, you know.
Yeah, and like there was that other post. I know you saw this one too, Jesse Itzler, what he posted, where he was like, they fucking went, they all split a horse, and like the horse came in second, and Jesse texted Tom and was like, dude, the horse came in second, and Tom was like, this is fucking terrible, you know. And then Jesse's like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, that horse got to learn how to win, bro. Like that's Tom Brady right there, dude. Like, dude just does not miss. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a fucking horse or if it's the Super Bowl, dude will not miss. And it's incredible to see. But yeah, I figured we had to step in and just shine a little bit of greatness on the GOAT, because I don't think there is a discussion anymore on the best athlete of all time.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, man, right there. Like, you really can't fucking hate him, you know. Like, I mean, I honestly hated him, you know, for a good part of my life, you know, just because number one, you know, he was at University of Michigan, you know. I hate University of Michigan with all my heart, you know. So that was just a really bad start for him. And then, you know, just their domination, you know, like when you don't like a team that's dominating, you know, like when it's not your team, man, it sucks to see it, you know. It's like, Jesus Christ, you know, when the fuck are they gonna stop winning, you know? Like, why is this happening? You know, like what the hell's going on? Like, and then the other thing that sucked for me was my college roommates, man. My college roommates were all from the Boston area. And like I dealt with, you know, the Pats winning, you know, the Bruins winning, the Red Sox. Like it was just like, man, this is horrible, you know. Like this is like, and you know, I'm from fucking Detroit, you know, like we don't even like pro sports, man. Like, you know, like, so it's just like, man,
it's only college. Like that's all you gotta root. You can't root for the Tigers. You can't root for the fucking.
Dude, they're all ass, man. They're all ass. But yeah, man. I mean, shout out to Tom, man. But at the end of the day, if you look at him as a person, you would not expect anything less, you know. Like, I mean,
it's just incredible too to see, like, you know, him leave New England, everybody turn around and say that Tom wasn't the key to New England. It was Belichick. What obviously Belichick is Belichick. Don't get me wrong. Like he'll always be a GOAT as a coach. And I don't think this season had anything to do to talk about the Patriots with Cam Newton. I think he played great too. Ultimately, what it came down to was we didn't have weapons. We didn't have anybody to give the fucking ball to other than Cam Newton with fucking running a rush up the middle as a fucking quarterback. Like, what are you doing as a NFL organization trying to do that? But it's just crazy to see like him leave New England. Everybody doubt, everybody be like, oh, Tom only throws within fucking 10 yards. Tom only does this, Tom only does that. Like Tom only wins Super Bowls, motherfucker. That's what Tom does. You
Yep.
know, like it doesn't matter about anything else. Motherfucker wins the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. And it's crazy too, because the season they started off like what 1-3, something like that. Like they
Yeah.
started off shitty as fuck. And I remember me, because obviously I'm like a petty fucking Patriots fan. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, like, you know,
Yeah.
like picked up Gronk's old lazy ass. Like, fuck that. Like, both of
Yep.
y'all are gonna suck this year. And then you got them. What was crazy too was I saw another thing that said, you know, 4 of the touchdowns that were scored by people that came to the Bucks because of Tom,
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, Fournette, and Gronk. Like, incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Just wild. Like that team was basically built. It's like almost like when the Miami Heat were put together with LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh. You know, like they had that buffer year where they had to like learn how to play together in order to get to that championship level. And the fucking Bucks didn't, dude.
Yeah.
Like 3 bad games, 3 losses, and then fucking Tom's just like, nah, this is not how I run. Like I don't
Yeah.
lose games, so
Yeah.
let's put this shit together. You know,
Yeah.
like, and then it was a wrap. Incredible. But let's shift it over to another winner in the world, right? Elon and Tesla drop 1.2 billion in Bitcoin.
That's fucking crazy, man. When I seen the headlines this morning on that, I was just like, holy shit. Well, first of all, I noticed Bitcoin like going through the moon. I was like, holy
Yeah.
hell, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
then, I figured out why. And I'm just like, man, of course, who else would I expect, to come from the trenches, with 1.2 billion, just like, nah, yep, we'll just go ahead
Yeah.
and pump Bitcoin. Like, how
Bro,
did
that's
that happen?
incredible, because like when you think of it's really interesting, because I almost like texted you right when I saw that and was like, dude, we need to put our business money in crypto, because like why the fuck wouldn't you put your business money in crypto? Because
Dude,
the bull market is so crazy right now. Like I just pulled up my account. I'm up like fucking $600 on the day, dude. And like like this is something that like 3 months ago I was like, yeah, that shit's fake as fuck. Like I'm not investing in that.
yeah,
And then I got to the point where I was like, I have to, like, you
yeah,
know, I just have to throw something in it and see what happens. And it's just incredible to see, because you know, by no means am I an expert in this industry, like at all. Like I don't really know how any of this shit works, but I do also understand like the value of the fact that, you know, a lot of these systems are, I mean, they're all like decentralized. Like there's nothing that runs any of this shit. So the value in it is the fact that even I think I saw an article the other day that said somebody from like the CIA or the FBI said that they see the value in cryptocurrency because you can't money launder,
yeah,
which is huge right now, with like money laundering with huge corporations that are putting offshore money away so that they don't have to pay taxes. Like when you're on blockchain, like everything's being recorded on a day-to-day basis, every single transaction. So there's no way to money launder. So now I'm like starting to understand how the government could adopt it, because for a long time, how I always thought about it was, you know, the government won't adopt this shit because they can't control it. You know, like ultimately, I don't care if you're a fucking red, blue, black, purple, yellow, or what. We can all agree that the government makes decisions on how they can control the fucking country.
100%. Yeah,
You know, like that's ultimately how they make decisions. How can we control a little bit more of what's going on? And so ultimately, I was like, there's no way they're ever going to adopt crypto because they can't control it. But now I see the value, because they kind of are controlling it if they do adopt it, because they're controlling the fact that money can't be laundered. You can't fraud it, right? You can't like, you can't have fake crypto, like you can have fake US dollars, right? But yeah, dude, it's really interesting to see this whole thing come about. You know, I know you can speak on it too, because you had like a background before all this.
Yeah, no, I mean, just like you said, I mean, like, I hopped in this shit, like crypto, Bitcoin specifically, like back in 2013, 2014. I mean, Bitcoin was like $100, when I like stopped trading it at that time. I think the max I got up to was like $400. But it's crazy because like back then, if the shit fluctuated like $5 to $10 or $20 in the day, people were freaking the fuck out. It was like, holy hell, like, it's crashing, or it's going to the moon, like, and like people talked about, $500 a coin, $1,000 a coin, $10,000 a coin, and like none of that shit ever seemed real to me, like I just didn't understand it, but it's just crazy because, it's something that for years, like people have shit on, they have like completely rejected, and it's something that just keeps blasting off,
Mm-hmm.
but it almost like puts into that to tie it into like like yourself and like your goals and things like that. Like you keep fucking pushing, it doesn't matter what the hell's in your way, like you're going
Yeah.
to the moon, like it doesn't
No, for
matter.
sure.
but
Yeah,
but
dude.
but it's crazy because like cryptocurrencies in general, man, like the lives that are changing, like, dude, I shit you not, man, one of Steph's friends, like she came over last night. We were going to Huckapoo's to watch the Super Bowl, and she's like, man, like it's crazy, I like someone told me to put $500 into Dogecoin or Doggy Coin, whatever the fuck it's called, like in July. And she was like, yeah, it was like, just like 0.0001 or whatever per coin. And like, dude, like someone told me to look at it the other day and I'm up like $17,000. I was like, holy fuck. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit. Like, and this is just some like normal chick, like this isn't
Yeah.
like, like, like we're used to like, our entrepreneur homies like talking about this shit, but like this is like some like chick that like I would never guess, like even
Yeah.
knew what the hell a Dogecoin was, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well,
she's
that's,
like, I'm up 17 grand. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the hell are
dude,
you
that's,
talking about?
and that's the power of it for real, is like, is understanding that stuff. I mean, when it comes to Dogecoin, whatever it's called, like, that's something I've personally stayed away from
Yeah, me
because
too.
it's a hype currency, right? So that
Yep.
shit's gonna fucking right down to the fucking ground at some point. Like this
Yep.
hype has to end at some point. And like something I have learned in crypto just from watching YouTube videos and like a couple people that I follow, like Jeff Seconder, shout out Jeff, and like a couple other people, is just the fact that like you ultimately wanna like make your crypto investments based off of the currencies that are backed by either Ethereum or Bitcoin, right? Because Ethereum and Bitcoin are like the two fucking powerhouses. And like Dogecoin or whatever the fuck it's called is just like a hype coin. Like it's not really backed by anything. It's just like two motherfuckers that were making fun of cryptocurrency and now it's like taking off. But it has been incredible to see like people make a fuck ton of money on it. Like I've seen it left and right and I've been like, holy shit. And it's funny because I got like, now that I post every now and then about crypto or whatever, I got like these few dudes that like will just fucking bombard me with information every time I post like, yo, you need to buy this one. Yo, you need to buy this one. And I got one the other day. I'll shoot you over the information so that you can see it too, Mike. But
Yeah.
there's a couple of YouTube videos. It's like less than a cent right now. And he said that it has like the like potential to reach like $1. So that's like a huge like 1000x potential one. But this is the same guy that told me to invest in XRP when it was at 17 cents. So I think he knows what he's talking about. Because I was like, and like, it's just wild to see, dude. Like, it makes no sense, but at the same time, it's like the ultimate purpose of crypto makes sense. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
sold on it. Like the ultimate value in it makes a lot of sense. But like all these fucking coins that pop up, and then there's like fucking contracts and like I don't know, dude, like all these DeFi, fucking lo-fi, fucking
Yeah, dude.
fucking like all these different terms, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't know, dude. But all I know is wherever wherever there's like a lot of potential, it's made money, dude. Like I'm looking at this shit grow. That's all I know, like
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show, like you need to keep your fucking mind open to anything and everything, like you have no idea what could make or break you, like you have no idea what could be that missed opportunity. And dude, crypto has proven to be like a huge missed opportunity for me because like XRP was one of those where I fucking shit you not, dude. I had hundreds of thousands of coins, dude. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, like I used to have and I can't even remember his name, but I used to buy Bitcoin off of him like wholesale. And he lived out in California, and I mean, he was telling me to buy XRP like it was probably 2015 or 16, but I mean, it was like literally, I mean, like fractions of a penny, and like
yeah,
I think it was like $500 or $1,000 got me like over 100,000 coins, and
that's fucking wild.
so it hit a penny. I sold it all, dude. Like I had like quadrupled my money,
Yeah,
and I told him, I was like, yo, I cashed out. And he was like, oh, what the hell? Like, what, like, why did you do that? Like that was like a 10-year investment, and like, and I'm looking back on it and like, it's been almost 10 years. And like, dude, that would have literally been multi-millions, like
yeah.
me and
Like
you probably wouldn't be talking right now,
the reason
like
why
I'd be out,
the reason why you can't remember that dude's name is because he's on a fucking island in
yeah,
Bora Bora, like rubbing his balls on the fucking beach, dude.
no
Like,
shit, man, no shit.
but that's the thing is like, dude, like this dude just bombards me with information. It's wild. And like he sent me a screenshot the other day. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. It was something to do with Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, I think I did see something about Amazon gonna be
adopting
accepting
XRP ledgers.
Yeah, dude, I did see something about that shit.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, dude, like that's the thing is I'm chilling, like I've
Dude,
had
what we
it's
need to do, man, is we need to get like those guys, like that guy, like Robert, like those dudes that know about like cryptos, or interested in like kind of chatting about it. Like we need to like create it like a Slack group or something, and just like plug everybody in, and then we can translate that into like clubhouse rooms or whatever. But like that way we're all kind of like sharing the information that we have, and like people like me, I can kind of cherry pick off of the information and
yeah,
like hopefully
exactly.
fucking flip some dinero.
Yeah, for
But
real.
I think that would be like a really good idea, just as far as like overall, just kind of, chit chatting about that, because like that's the thing, man. That shit is not going nowhere, like
Yeah.
that's gonna be around forever,
No, for sure. That's I'll give you the invite that my buddy sent me because the one that I posted the other day, he's the one that told me to invest in Cardano, and it's up like fucking
Oh
100% in
yeah, I
the
seen
past
that one
3 days.
too.
Yeah. He told me to invest in that and he created a Discord group. So I'll shoot you over
Fire.
the invite for that one. But yeah, that's the thing is like that's what I like about crypto too, is like it's a for the people type of investment. So like everybody's super fucking open to like, yo, this is the one, this is the one. And half the reason is because if you tell as many people as possible that this is the one, they're all going to invest in it and then the price goes up, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a pumping mechanism. But yeah, dude, it's incredible to see. And like I don't know, I think Elon just changed the world
Yeah.
with that investment. Like I think that's the investment that was necessary in order to take Bitcoin to 100K a coin. Like that's happening this year for sure. Like because of that investment, 1.2 billion. Motherfucker didn't say like, let me toss a million in and just see what happens. Like a motherfucker dropped fucking 1.2 billion into this shit. Like that's what's wild is it's not like he was like, let me test. I mean, that is technically testing the waters because the dude's worth like fucking 200 billion or whatever. But
Yeah.
still, like dude dropped like a substantial amount of money. Like more
But
money
dude,
than any
even
of us will ever see. Like
dude, even think about that though. Like think about what he does with his money, He just
yeah,
reinvests all of it, like
yeah.
all of it, and like he has just fucking his wealth has just skyrocketed, and like man, it's got me like rethinking, like I said, I got some money in my bank account, man, and like I need to get
Yeah.
that shit out of there.
Yeah,
Dude, like,
no, I mean, it's funny too, because like how I connected you with my financial advisor today, like it's funny because he's texted me a couple times in the past couple months, like, yo, you want to contribute? You want to contribute? And I'm like, nah, bro, like I'm in on crypto right now. Like I'll
yeah,
let you know, because I
yeah,
just see the value right now in being in that space. Now I'm at the point where like I have a portfolio that I just kind of want to see it grow. So like now I'm back to being more
yeah,
reserved. But for the time being, like the past 2 or 3 months, I've been like, dude, fuck the portfolio. Like I'm in on crypto.
yeah,
And it's paid off. Like the account has grown. But yeah, dude, it's just wild to see, because just like you said, I mean, Elon ultimately, I feel like Elon drove Jeff to the point where he stepped down.
yeah.
Like, let's
Well,
talk
either,
about that,
yeah.
like,
Well, and that's another thing, man. I see a lot of people talking about, like, oh, what did Jeff do to want to step down and like things like that. And like, dude, like to me, that's a huge fucking win, man.
oh yeah.
Dude, that's like the ultimate like fucking checkmate, That motherfucker just won a chess match, man. Like,
Yeah, the goal
man,
is
people
to step down. That's the
exactly,
goal.
man. The goal is to get to a point where you got someone else taking your position and you're sitting on the beach in the Bahamas chilling, like he's about to buy his own private island. He's about to check out,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm like, and like who knows, maybe something comes out in 3 weeks that he did some fucked up shit and that's probably why he stepped down. But
yeah.
but like I'm gonna guess that that's not the situation. And like, man, congrats to him, like that's incredible.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the goal, like I think
Yeah.
that's the thing that a lot of people, I mean, like I say that Elon drove him to step down just because like I do think that their power match, like they definitely go at it, like as
100%.
as far as like net worth and growing their businesses. But the craziest part about Elon's financial growth is the fact that like his company in terms of market cap is like a fucking hundredth. I don't know the actual numbers, don't quote me, but it's like fucking tiny compared to Amazon. Like the market cap of
Yeah.
the stock is tiny compared to Amazon, but the thing that drives that bitch up is Elon. He's the only one. Like people just understand the dude. This is what I have to talk about with Elon, because he's like my favorite fucking dude in the world, to be completely honest with you. And like I'll dead ass just throw his like anything of Elon on YouTube at night and just like watch him, because he's incredible with just like how he speaks, and like he thinks before he speaks. Like not a lot of people think before they speak, but if you watch Elon, like he'll take like and then speak. Like he'll take
Yeah.
a couple seconds to put his thoughts together, and it's always interesting for me to watch. But the thing with Elon is like I remember my mom, sorry mom, but my mom was shitting on Elon one day to me. Like my mom was like, my mom's low key sometimes somebody in a mindset where she's like, fuck the rich guys, right? So I posted something about Elon being the GOAT. She messaged me like Elon's something something. And then I'm like, really think about Elon though. He built PayPal. So obviously like reinventing the way that we do international payments. And then he built Tesla, basically like the first electric powered car that could be mass produced and given out. So he's saving like the fucking planet by creating electric vehicles, right? And then he turns around and now he's got like solar companies attached to Teslas, and now he's trying to like limit carbon waste. And then he's got the SpaceX, which people can have their opinions on SpaceX, but his vision of SpaceX is that he feels like the fucking Earth is pretty much about done, and he feels like we got to get to Mars. So like if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. Like whatever he wants to do with his money is what he wants to do with his money. But ultimately, if you look at his businesses, all of his businesses are run to save the world, dude. Like he's a fucking superhero. Like motherfucker's not just out here trying to like be the richest dude. He's like really trying to change the world. And like that's why I feel like people are so gravitated to invest in something like Tesla, because Tesla will change the world. Like he created the Model 3. He created a $40,000 vehicle, which is like in comparison to like some Toyotas. Like,
Yeah.
and it's fully electric. It's fully fucking powered by electricity. And it's one of the coolest cars I've ever driven personally. And like, I mean, just talk about it. Like he's like dude has some businesses that are changing the fucking world. Like he's not
Yeah.
like some dude that's just like a, for instance, like Ray Dalio. Like Ray Dalio is really cool, but like he's got a hedge fund. Like how much is his hedge fund changing the world? Like it's not,
Yeah.
right? It's just probably controlling financial shit. Elon's changing the damn world, and that's why people invest in him. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to.
Yep. Yeah, and and the same thing is with Bezos, like I remember people were shitting on Bezos, about the tax thing, about how he didn't pay anything in taxes. Like, I'm like, God damn, dude, like I need his CPA, like shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, what
for
the
real.
hell? Like,
For real.
but the thing is though, is like Bezos is in that same position, like people shit on Amazon and everything that he's done, but dude, he has employed hundreds of thousands of fucking people, dude. Like, holy shit. And like I was just at Charlotte at the airport, like last week. I seen 3 Prime planes. I'm like, this motherfucker's got planes. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
holy shit. But
dude.
the thing is like what he changed, dude. I was like thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, before Amazon, dude, you would order something online, the shit would come in 7 days, and you would be happy. Like now, we got 2 days shipping, 2 hours shipping. Like in a
Yeah,
pandemic, like that's essential,
yeah.
like
No,
I
for
mean,
sure.
it's crazy like what he's done, but dude, the jobs is the biggest thing for me that really hits me, because like at the end of the day, like I always think about businesses as like, how are they helping the economy. And man, like the amount of jobs that fucking dude has created, like man, the warehouses are all over. Like I mean, there's a warehouse like in Savannah by the ports, and there's got to be like 10,000 of those Amazon trucks that are just sitting there brand new, like just probably waiting to expand, like
Yeah. No,
waiting
yeah.
to get the volume, and it's just like that is fucking insane, like
Yeah, dude. Incredible. I mean,
yeah,
ultimately, like when you look at something like Amazon, um, it's like incredible to just think about the fact that like people will shit on Jeff Bezos, but order all their shit from Amazon.
yeah,
You
yep,
know what I mean? Like that just sums it up in like one sentence is like clearly he's provided something that's extremely valuable to the point where 90% of America orders from that shit on a
yeah,
day-to-day basis.
yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, you have to at the end of the day, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like you don't have an option at this
I
point.
mean, that's the thing, dude. I ordered rocket fuel on like a Thursday. That bitch showed up Friday morning. I'm
Oh,
like,
dude,
what?
yeah, yeah. Well, and it's crazy because like I've kind of witnessed the growth here too. Like, living on Tybee, like when I first lived here, we didn't have 2 day shipping. Like we didn't have like that shit was available everywhere else. But like,
Yeah,
like when my girlfriend lived in Savannah, we could get the 2 day shipping no problem. But when we moved on to Tybee, like it would come like 3 or 4 days. And now we got the 2 hour shipping, and it's only been like 3 years, that I've lived here, and
yeah,
it's just like, just to think about that, like what you could provide to a small island like this, as far as
yeah,
like the resources. You go to the fucking IGA here and try and buy a stick of deodorant, it's gonna be like $7, but you get that
yeah,
shit on Amazon and it's $2 and it's gonna be here in 2 hours,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
you're
exactly.
fine,
Dude,
like it's
wow.
crazy, but yeah, no, I think that's a good way to leave it off, man.
Yeah,
Some powerhouse players out there in the world, and man, like if anything that we can do, to learn from those people is just look at who they are as people, and like what they do
100%.
as people, like
Yeah.
man, incredible powerhouse players, man.
And ultimately, like to cap it off in one sentence, when it comes to those dudes, you either hate on it or you learn from it.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like
And
dudes
and,
are in a
and dude, the,
position for
the
a reason.
biggest thing, the biggest thing for me when it comes to people like that is like, man, if they can do that shit, then man, anybody can do anything they put their mind to,
Yep.
like it just kind of opens up to a whole new like perspective as to what the hell you can wish to do, like this dude's trying to go to Mars, like
Dudes originally from South Africa. His
yeah,
first office while building PayPal was he slept in a office. He didn't rent an apartment. He rented an office with his brother, and they slept on an air mattress in an office building for years. Built PayPal, sold it, and then reinvested into SpaceX and Tesla. Like you got no damn excuse, bro. Whoever you are out there.
yeah,
So get to
it's
fucking work.
crazy. Boom.
Boom.
Tesla in the pandemic. Hey, I know what I want, I got the tunnel vision. Double up and flip it, start another business. Meditate daily or else I get to tripping. Cause rapping is easy, but staying humble is